Hello Reborners, my name is Karen and this is Making Reborn Dolls with Karen. Today I thought I'd do something a little different. I have several kits I've gotten out that I'd like to make. I thought we'd just review them and go over them and see, you know, I don't do this very often where I actually show kits and point out their nice little features, and I thought I'd do that with a few of the kits that are coming up soon to be reborn on my channel. The first one I've already laid out on the table, and it's Harper. He's a very cute little kid. He comes with a torso. Now, I've removed the torso from view because, well, baby parts are not nice to show on camera. Some people report it as nudity or something. I don't know. But anyway, he's a very cute kid. I really like him. He is expressively a little bit grouchy. You can control some of that by what you highlight and what you don't. But he just has a very cute face. He has chubby little cheeks. And he is an artist sculpt. I was trying to look him up to see who sculpted him, but it does not tell on his listing. So I don't know. I'd like to think it's the same person who sculpted some of the other dolls with torsos, but I just don't know. He has lovely hands. I love open hands. Look at those creases in his palms. I just love that. I love to highlight their little hands when they're open like that. And his other hand is equally as cute. His fingers look realistic. Now, for a sculpted doll, somebody just sits down with some clay or some kind of something you can sculpt with and just molds out a sculpt out of their imagination. These are some pretty realistic looking hands for a baby that somebody just sculpted. The real-borns, they take pictures of their hands. But look at that. That's just amazing for something somebody sculpted, I think. It's very, very realistic. A lot of the sculpts, the art of what I call the artist kits, they look, their hands and limbs and stuff look cartoony. They don't look real. Now, here's his feet. They're equally as cute. Look at how that leg looks, all them rolls of fat on it. And look at that knee. And he has very, very cute little feet, too. They look very realistic as well. I just can't get over how realistic they look for a sculpted doll. I mean, that's amazing to me. And I'm going to have so much fun reborning him. He is super cute. And I don't really like very much doing the torsos. I sometimes do them. I don't always put them on the doll, though, but I include them in the box when I sell the doll. And I make it clear in my... I'm going to show his face again while we're talking. I make it clear in my listing that they do come with a torso, but it won't be on the body, because I just have so much trouble getting those torsos on there. And then I don't even like the look, because unlike a belly plate that you just lay on there for a picture and take off or something, the torso stays on because it's totally surrounding the body. You have to put that body down inside of that torso and then stuff it. And what happens is when you're trying to get the arms and legs on, right at the crack of where the torso would come, like to here, it doesn't stay in place so well. It's not like these parts snap on. They don't. They have to have a zip tie to hold them on. And so part of the cloth body still sticks out. I just think it's ugly. I don't like the look at all. But anyway, Harper is super cute. His face is just amazingly well sculpted, I think. He's going to make a very, very cute doll. He's going to be one of my dolls coming up soon that I'm going to reborn very soon. He's already sealed. I found a tiny spot on his toe that needs some sealer, but that won't be any problem. But that's doll number 1 we're showing is him. And then next I have another doll. I've never done this kit before. I've always wanted to, but I put off and put off and put off and put off ordering her because there were so many more dolls I wanted more than her. So I didn't order her. And then when they stopped production on a really lot of their kits, she was one of them. But I was able to find her from another person. They're going to bring her back. She's a real born, so they'll bring her back. But right now, she's not in production. It's JC. And she is so cute, too. She has a little bit of a frown. She's expressive. She has these frown lines up here. And she looks a little bit like Ashley to me. She looks like a grouchy Ashley, almost. I bet she's related to Ashley in some kind of way. But she's a real born, so they will be bringing her back. So this is her head. She's about a 17. She's in a different bag because I ordered her from a lady off of eBay or somewhere like that. and her bag was it was split in several places, and so I just took her out of that bag and put her in this bag to, keep her clean and safe and unmarked and everything, and so I don't have her bag, so I don't really know what size. They have a sticker on there that says the name of the doll and what size they are. I think she's 19 inch. She might be 18 inch or 17 inch, but it's hard to tell when their head is this small. Some of the dolls have really small heads, but they still make a long baby. And other ones have really big heads, and they don't make any longer of a baby than a doll this size. She could easily be a 17-inch doll. I don't really know. I can look her up. I sure can. I forgot about that. I'll just look her up. It's not that hard. Let's see. I'll punch her in here and see what it says. Jaycee. 18 inches is what it says. She still is going to call for a 19-inch body because they don't make an 18-inch body. So what they mean is, they don't necessarily mean they need an 18-inch body. They mean when the doll is completed and on the body that they recommend, it will be approximately 18 inches. Now, their measurement starts at the head and it goes all the way down. And when they get to the legs, they measure all the way through the bend. They don't go straight down like this. They don't just put a ruler beside the baby. They actually measure, because in a real baby, that's how you would measure it, because it would have its legs bent sometimes and sometimes straightened out. The only way to really know the real true length of the baby is to measure with straight legs. But with bent legs, they have to measure like this, and that's how they do it. And this is one of her legs. Now, they took a picture of her arms and legs and feet and stuff and molded out from a 3D image. But if you compare her to this one, I think he has amazing looking feet. Amazing. Very realistic. And here's her other foot. She's an older kit. At one time, Bountiful Baby was pinking up their kits like this. She's a pinky gray color, which is okay. She's not gray, really. I have a kit that's kind of gray. But at one time, they were doing this color vinyl. Now their vinyl is super, super white looking almost. It's very slightly peachy, slightly. But I remember all of the kits used to look sort of like this. And I remember when I saw my first kit like this, and I go, oh my goodness, how do you color that? Because I was used to coloring these. This is an older kit. That's one way you can tell is the color of the vinyl. The vinyl is different. It's just a little bit, I think they called it warmed vinyl. But I don't know. She's got cute little closed hands. I like her hands, and here's the reason why. When you look at her hand, yes, her thumb is obscured by her fingers, but thankfully enough, her entire nail is. I hate to have to try to paint nails that are partially showing. It's very difficult to get them right, and on this hand, the same thing. And look, her nails are not dug into her flesh. They're up a little, and so it makes it much easier to paint them and tip them. She'll be plenty easy to paint. She's got cute little arms. I do like open hands better, but there's something to be said about closed up fists as well, I guess. I don't know. But this is JC. She's a very cute kid. She'll be back in production one day. Let's put it that way. One day she'll be back in production. We're going to go over that list also that Bountiful Baby's going to release some kits, and they say February or March. They don't say which part or which month, but they're expecting either February or March that they'll be in-house and they can put them up for sale. I guess that's what they're saying. Anyway, we'll put her down here while we go over the next kit. I have several down here that I want to reborn. This kit I've done already. You've already seen me do her, as a matter of fact. But I just love her kit. She's popular. She's a newer kit. According to her neck ring, she was 2021. was when she was produced for the first time. That would be her first production date. But she also got discontinued, but they've already brought her back. It's Ruby. This is Ruby Awake. Now, Ruby Asleep is totally different looking. Excuse me. If you saw Ruby asleep, you wouldn't even believe that it was the same sculpt. She's really super like crying. She's got her eyes closed, but she looks like she has this real scowly looking cry on her face. I used to have one, but I sold it, and I don't really keep pictures of my dolls after they sell. It just fills your phone up, and I don't put them off on a memory card or anything. I just delete them. But this is Ruby. She's a very cute sculpt when she's awake. She makes a gorgeous, gorgeous doll. And she also, I believe, is 18 or 19 inches. Let's see what they say. Oh, they're showing me the Ruby Red brand of mohair instead of Ruby, the kit. Isn't that weird? Okay, show me the kit, please. Ruby Awake. Funny she didn't come up as a kit, but she's coming up in the description. What you can see if you push more pictures, and it's not telling anything about her at all, because it just came up to the wrong thing. That's all I can see. I'm gonna put in Ruby Awake, and maybe that'll help. She must not be in stock right now, because see, it comes up like this when they're not in stock. It'll show just a little bit of information about them, and if you click on it, it will go to the page where you see, you know, the real baby pictures. It's just pictures. There's no description. It's prototypes made by different artists and stuff. So it doesn't tell me, and she's not in her original. Well, yes, she is. What am I saying? 19.5. She's almost 20 inches. But you see, she doesn't really look that much bigger than JC. It's an 18-inch doll. See, her legs are real skinny. It's just all the way they want to make them, really. Now, she's got nice little feet, too. Long feet. She's got some long feet. She'll fit in those baby shoes pretty good. I have some baby shoes, but a lot of the babies have too small of feet, and they look like they're wearing 3 sizes too big or something. She's got cute little feet, cute little wrinkles, cute little toes. Her toes are slightly separated. You know, these two are together and these two are together, but there's a space here and a space here. I kind of like separated toes. It's a little bit harder to paint in between them, but I like them. And her hands are similar to JC's as well. She has one finger that's totally obscured. Yay, I don't have to paint that nail. And see, her fingers don't dig into her. This one kind of does, but this one's up a little. There's a stray piece of vinyl right there. Oh my, they didn't trim her good. Oh, it comes right off. Okay, but see, this finger's kind of up, and this one is all the way up. And then on this hand, see, okay, if you look really close, you can see, if you bend back her hand just a little, there's a sliver of her nail showing, but I am not painting that. That finger is dug so deeply into her palm, it's like the whole nail is almost obscured. So, no can do. I'm not even trying to paint that. But she has cute limbs as well. So, these limbs actually could swap with JC if you wanted to. But see, they wouldn't work. Now, this doll's 19 inch. This doll's 19.5. Look at the difference in those limbs. He's a 19-inch doll. She's supposed to be bigger. But look at those limbs. His limbs are huge. He could go on a much bigger body, and he will too. I'll put him on a much bigger body. And when they're big like that, the 19 inches is just their length. It's not anything to do with how big their limbs really are. See, she's got skinny little limbs, like a real newborn would probably have. Newborns are kind of skinny unless they just happen to be fat. Some people have fat babies. I had fat babies. One of my babies was only 18 inches long, and he weighed 8 pounds and 6 ounces. And he had rolls of fat. He had a double chin even. And my other baby was 19 inches long, and he weighed 8 pounds and 3 ounces. So I had big babies. My babies were big. My sister had a 9-pound baby, and he was 21 inches long. He was a big old feller. Anyway, that is Ruby. She's one of my favorite kits. I love her kit. Next up is Gabriel. Gabriel is a sculpt. But he's a lovely, lovely sculpt. One thing I might do with Gabriel is switch out his limbs. Gabriel's 20 inches. He would go on a 20-inch body. He is super cute. I like his face. Now, he's sinking in just a little, but, you know, as you stuff their head and stuff, that'll change. It won't hurt him a bit. As long as they're not super sinking in where their vinyl forms a fissure inside their head if they sink in too much. So you got to watch out for that. So you don't want to put a lot of weight on your doll. It just sucks that head right down. But anyway, he has a cute expression on his face. I've made him as a girl and a boy, and he's super cute both ways. It's just a matter of clothing. Gabriel is a super cute kid. They had another kit that was supposed to be similar to Gabriel, and they had it a girl. It was Gina. They didn't bring her back when they brought back some of these artist sculpts. She was the twin supposedly to him, Gabriel and Gina, not Gemma, Gina. Now see how this is what I was talking about sculpts. This foot does not look real at all to me. It looks cartoony. It looks fake, and it looks like somebody just molded it out of some clay. It just looks that way. It doesn't look real. And I don't care that they're 3/4. That's not what bothers me about these limbs. It's that, I don't know, they just don't look up to my standard for limbs on a doll I like. Now, if I was just making him to sell, I'd go with these limbs in a heartbeat. But I want a Gabriel in my collection. I do like his hands. His hands are very cute, but his arms are so incredibly short. For a doll that's going to be 20 inches, he's going to be the same size as this doll. You put his hands on top of his hands, they're about the same size. Well, his hands are a little bit smaller, but look how much. I know he's going to have that cloth upper arm, but oh my goodness, that's a tiny arm. He's going to have like teeny arms. I'm probably going to switch these limbs out. Usually what I do is I'll go to my limb closet. Well, they're in the closet with my other kits, really. And I'll pick out alternate limbs. And then I'll just take these limbs. Sometimes I save them. And sometimes I just throw them into a box. And they'll be part of a giveaway, or they'll be put into a bigger box where I just throw limbs and just, when I get a box full of parts I don't want, I just put them up for sale on eBay or something. And I just get whatever I can for them because they're just spare parts. It's not like these are super valuable arms and legs. They're just arms and legs. So I'm not sure yet. Sometimes I change my mind and I decide to go with their original arms and legs. But when I'm making a doll to keep, I do what I want. I just do whatever I want. I don't worry about, oh, those aren't the original arms. One lady wouldn't buy a certain doll I had it for sale because they didn't have their original limbs. I was going, okay, fine, don't buy it. I don't care. I'd rather somebody not buy my item than to buy it and then want to return it. Okay, next we have, oh my, I like that sound. I want to see what that is. Let's see what I sold. That sound means I sold something. And I need to sell because that woman is giving me fits, let me tell you. I can't wait to see what I sold. Avery. I didn't like her at all. She was sculpted, Avery was sculpted by Denise Pratt. Now, I don't like the look on her face. I thought she looked okay in the prototype, but my doll came out looking a little bit strange. I gave her curly hair. I mean, she's not that bad. Here she is. This is what she looked like. She doesn't look super bad, but I don't like her. I'm glad she sold. Real glad. This lady that bought her has bought several dolls from me. She always gives me a good review, and now she's going to get Avery. I'm so glad to have sold her. So glad. I just hope the mail can run tomorrow. They didn't run Saturday because of the weather. Can you believe that? All that rain and snow and sleet and dead of night stuff they talk about. Obviously doesn't mean a thing. The post office was closed and mail did not run, and they didn't come pick up my packages. I have dolls that are ready to go out, and they didn't come get them. So, okay. Anyway, it's not holding up my funds. What's holding up my funds is eBay. eBay is holding my funds until this thing is resolved with this woman. She has 30 days. Oh, isn't that nice? 30 days to return the doll or decide not to return the 2 dolls. The other 2 she doesn't even have yet. And I'm fully expecting she's going to want to return them as well. So, we'll see. Let's move on. This one is a very, very cute kit. I made one of these for my granddaughter for Christmas. It is Katie. She makes, and they say 18-inch, but you can actually put her on that little 15 to 17-inch body. She's got some hairs and crumbs on her. It doesn't matter there. She's not sealed, so it's not sealed down to her. They just brush off. But anyway, she makes a very cute little baby, and her sleeping version is equally cute. I don't have it, but I have her awake, and she's very cute. You can put her on that little 15 to 17-inch body, and she's smaller. Or you can go on and put her on the 19-inch body. That's what 18-inch dolls have to have, the 19-inch body, because Bountiful Baby does not sell an 18-inch body. And once again, they are not meaning to imply that they must have an 18-inch body. What they're telling you is, top to bottom, the doll will measure 18 inches if you put it on the body they recommend. So she will make an 18-inch doll even though she's on a 19-inch body. Now, if you want a smaller doll, get that little 15 to 17-inch body. It's supposed to work for any doll between 15 and 17 inches, and it is quite a bit shorter, so it's going to make her a smaller doll. She has a very cute face. I love her lips. And she has a cute nose, and with eyes in, she just looks so pretty. She's a pretty, pretty doll. Katie, she has lovely hands too. Her hands are, one is open, pretty much completely. She looks like she's doing that okay thing people do with their hand. Well, they used to do it. I don't think they do it anymore. But anyway, she's got nice little wrinkles. See, that's the thing about these realborns. Wherever the baby was wrinkled, it's going to be wrinkled on the kit, because they took a 3D picture of this doll, and this is how she looked. Nice, nice. You don't have to enhance every single wrinkle if you think it's too many, and she does have a lot. And that's one of the things people don't like about Bountiful Babies, are the wrinkles. She has big, long feet. Look how real her feet look. No, because there are pictures of real feet. Look at the bottom of those feet. Oh my. And her leg isn't too bent. I don't like it when their legs are super bent, because it's hard to paint and crease in this area. I like them a little bit longer like that. And some dolls, if you've noticed, now Harper's considered a full limb kit, and so is Katie. But you can see by looking at Katie's limb that she has what looks like a hip right here. It comes up and makes a rounded little corner line. And some of them have even more pronounced hips than that. It's like it's her hip. But now you look at Harper, he barely has any lift on one side, and it's almost completely flat at the top. Literally, these legs could go on a 3/4 leg body. But, I mean, you wouldn't want to do that. He will make a full leg baby. But she has the realborns seem to have more pronounced full limbs. Oh, now she's going to message me to tell me she bought the doll like I don't already know. Ugh. I don't mind messages, I really don't, but I'm busy. And oh, somebody wants Maven. Oh, goody. Can you tell me more about her? Yes, it's Maven. Yes, she has rooted hair. She wants to know, is her hair rooted or glued on? Like I'd put a wig on a doll. And yes, it's mohair. Honey blonde color. There we go. Now, let's look at her other arm and leg. The legs pretty much look identical on a doll, and their feet might be in a slightly different position, but you're not going to see much difference in the feet. She's super wrinkled on the sides. Little newborn babies usually are super wrinkly, especially though when they're small. Uh, and here's her other hand. And see, she's not digging her nails into her palms. I like that. They can be resting on the palms, but when they're dug in, they're just really hard to paint. These are up a little bit. They're raised, so they'll be easier to paint. She's going to make a lovely baby. I never wanted to keep a Katie, but who knows. Usually what I do is I end up keeping dolls that don't sell. Now, if I really don't like them, I take them to the nursing home and donate them. If they're a doll I'm not considering on keeping and it doesn't sell, and I still have some dolls from last year. And when I say last year, I don't mean Christmas. I mean, I've had them a while. So I've put them up on a sale at, oh, let me put her head back, as a last chance to get them. And I even put in their description, you know, that I'm not waiting forever for these dolls to sell, even at this low price. If you want them, you better get them, because I'm taking them to the nursing home if you don't. I love to donate, and literally, people at the nursing home do not care what sculpt it is. They don't care if it's a boy or a girl. They don't care how long or short it is, what color hair it has. They just don't care about that stuff. All they want is a baby. So I take the ones that don't sell. It's a great way to donate and to clear out for your new inventory that you're making as well. I like to donate a certain percentage of my dolls anyway, kind of like tithing. I know a lot of people are against tithing, but if you're gonna, it's a charitable thing you're doing when you donate a doll, because these people in the nursing home literally get no gas. Their family has put them there because they don't want to fool with them. Now, that's not true in every case. Some people do visit their family. This is a very cute baby too. This is Alyssa. My good friend Regina made an Alyssa, and she made her as to be an ethnic baby that had albinism, and she is so cute. She is so, so cute. I've made 2 or 3 Alyssas. I've always sold Alyssa. That's one thing that makes me decide on which kits I want to get. One is, do I like them? And another one is, how do they sell? You know. And sometimes I do get the artist kits that I don't like because they're just so cheap. And when they're really, really cheap like that, the thought going through my head is, at the very least, I can donate it. You know, I need to donate anyway. I want to donate 1 in 10 dolls, and but I don't always do that because I need the money. I literally need the money. But what I do is I make up my dolls. I put them at their asking price, and then I just wait. And usually I put them on sale a few times to try to move some out. You know, I'll give a 10% off sale or something like that. And sometimes it'll help sell them, and sometimes it won't. And the ones that sell, of course, they get moved out. And then the rest of them are left to just be mingling in with the new dolls you've posted. And after some length of time, here's her leg. Look at those toes. She's got them all spread apart. So cute. And see, she's not full. She's not super, super wrinkled. I don't know. Maybe she was a bit of a bigger baby. I don't know. Sometimes I think that they don't actually, I actually think this. Sometimes I think they actually don't take 3D images of the feet all the time, because why wouldn't that foot be as wrinkled as that other doll? I don't know. Some babies are just more wrinkly, I guess. But she's already sealed. I sealed her. So she'd be up for painting sooner than some of those other dolls I was showing you. And here's her cute little hands. 2 fingers. 2 fingers. I don't have to paint the nails too. I can't even see the nails. So yay. I'm happy about that. And her other 2 fingers that you can see are not dug down in. Now see, this one, you can see all the fingernails. That's fine. I don't mind painting the fingernails. That's not it. I don't like painting them when only a piece of it shows. It's harder. And she's got cute little chubby arms and cute little elbow. Look at those elbows. I love those dimples on the elbow. See, one has it and one doesn't. I don't like that. Why has she got one dimple and not another one? I don't know. But anyway, she's very cute too. In my new contest, I'm offering, if you donate a doll, if you take a doll to the nursing home, any nursing home, it doesn't matter, and get a snapshot of you giving it to a resident and post it on my Facebook page, I'll give you an entry. I'll give you 10 entries in the drawing if you donate a doll. Yes, it can be a boo-boo. Don't make it some horrible monster baby, though. You know, they have to be able to love it and think it's a baby, you know. Not some horrible, horrible, you know, disfigured doll or something. Okay, I have another doll down here that I also love this sculpt. Oh, that's not even the one. But I do like this sculpt too. I thought I was picking up another doll. This is the one I thought I was picking up. Felicity. Now, Felicity's opposite from Ruby. Felicity sleeping is the beautiful one on this one. Felicity awake, also again, very grouchy looking doll. But look at this beautiful face on this doll. This baby could be a boy or a girl. Very, very pretty. Makes a pretty, pretty doll. But you can make this into a boy very, very easily. A lot of the dolls I look at, I see boy anyway. Now, he could be a super good looking ethnic baby, I think. Make a cute little boy. Very, very cute. He's got lovely lips and a nice nose, and he would just make a lovely ethnic little baby. Now he's 1875. She, Felicity, is 1875. She looks every bit the same size as Ruby to me. In fact, I would think you could change their limbs if you wanted to, because they are. The way I decide if the limbs can go with a doll is I first compare their heads. What is the circumference of their head? How big is that doll? And, and then I look at the limbs. This is she's 1875. Harper is 19. So that's a quarter of an inch. But look at the difference in the limbs. I'm not saying these limbs wouldn't work for her equally as well as they work for him, but I'm not saying I would think they would be a good substitute either. Now here's her hands. Now she's got similar hands. Oh, she's got 2 fingers on this hand and 2 fingers on this hand where the nails are obscured completely. I don't mind that at all. I do like some closed fists on my doll, but I do like open hands as well. She's got some cute little hands. And she seems to have a little bit of dirt on her finger. I want to know where that came from, because she's a brand new kit that I got from Bountiful Baby. It wipes off, so I'm not worried about it. I just wiped across it and it just came right off, so no big deal. But she is super cute. I'm going to challenge my friend Regina to make a Felicity. Felicity is super cute. I think she'll like this baby, and I think she'll make it a boy. She's a boy mom like me, and she sees boy in almost every doll like I do. I have to fight against making all my dolls boys. I usually try to go with whether or not they're supposed to represent a boy or a girl, but sometimes I don't. Because if I don't, I'll just make them all boys. And she's the same way. I heard her say it on her channel. Anyway, here is Dominic. Dominic also, I love his kit. He doesn't have the best of limbs, but I still like them. They're signature limbs for him. Everybody recognizes Dominic. He is 19 and a half inches long if he's put on his correct body. And he was molded in 2017. The child this represents is like 9 years old. Now, he might have even been scanned before that, because they don't always put the doll out immediately after they scan it. They try to scan them when they're around, a week or less old. And I read on Bountiful Baby's website that the very first real born that they ever did was Presley. Now, Presley was probably in 20, I don't know. I can't even hazard a guess as to when he was done. Now, I do have a Presley, but he is together, and I can't read what's on his rim. But let's see when he was actually scanned. It should tell on his listing, and that will give us an idea of how old this child is right now. Some of these children are pretty big now because, like I said, they were scanned years ago. And Dominic, as long as I've been making dolls, Dominic has been in production. And he also would make a super cute ethnic baby. Dominic is out of stock in the sleeping version, but he will be back in stock. Okay, here he is. Oh, the prices have went up so much on these dolls. Back when I first started Reborn, you could get a kit like Dominic for like $29, and an artist kit was like $19. And okay, it says here 2015. So he's a lot older than, he's at least 2 years older than his neck rim indicates. He was scanned January the 9th, 2015. So he would have been about a week old. He went for production in 2017. That's what it says. Yep, he was scanned in 2015, so he would have been about a week old then. And so he's like 11 now. And isn't he cute? He's so, so cute. I love his sculpt. I love it. I've made many Dominics. Many, many, many Dominics. He always sells. He is popular still to this day. Here's his feet. See, they don't scream realism, but they don't look fake really either. They don't have hardly any wrinkles in them, so they'll be easy to paint. And he's got cute little toes and everything. Here's his other foot. His legs are very smooth. He doesn't have hardly any indentations or bumps. This would be a great starter kit for somebody to paint because of that. He doesn't have much creases, and his limbs are very smooth. They're very easy to paint. There's not a lot of highlighting that you need to see. Here's a little indentation up here in his forearm or upper arm. This is the forearm, I think. But anyway, he doesn't have a lot of those or dimples or anything, so he would be super easy for somebody who's just learning to paint him. His hands are pretty nice. This one's a closed hand, well, partially closed with one nail obscured. Here's his other hand. It's open. It's like he's waving hi. It's just very cute to me. That's what I was talking about his limbs being signature. Everybody recognizes Dominic because he's been around so long. Unless you've never seen a Reborn, you might not recognize him then. But anybody that's familiar with the Reborn world recognizes Dominic. He is very signature baby and very easy to identify. Nobody has a face like Dominic. He is super, super cute. And I love painting him. His mouth is partially open, but not too much. I don't like it when you can see too much of the inside of their mouth. You can see that his upper gums and his lower gums and a little tiny bit of his tongue. It's not super open because inside his head, wherever it dents in here, there's a bump. And so, see, if you put your finger inside his head and you press on that bump, you can open up his mouth. See, it opened it up a little. And that helps you paint the inside of their mouth a little bit. And but if it's too deep, that bump is too big and you can't open it up, and it makes it very difficult to then paint the inside of their mouth. But Dominic is super adorable. These are dolls that I pulled out that I want to do very soon. And probably all of these will be done in the month of February. Some of them will be done this month because, well, it's still January, isn't it? I'm almost finished with Charlie, newborn. His series is going up now. It's taking freaking forever for it to go up. But by the time I can get all of his videos up, I did announce in the video that I wasn't going to root him online because I didn't have any hair. I was just going to tag another video in there of me rooting another doll. And by the time all of his videos are able to go up, I might actually have hair and have him already rooted, if you can believe that. They're taking so long. I have a couple more down here I want to show you. I didn't just get these in or nothing. These aren't new arrivals. These are dolls I already had in my closet. And tons more. Tons more. This bin behind me over here, not the one that you can see right here, but this one over here in the corner is full of kits too. I could sit here all day and show you kits. I love to show the kits because people who are unsure about kits can see them up close and see if they like them. This is Trent. I made one of him for one of my friends. And she loves him. He is super cute. Things are just falling. He is super cute. And he has very nice limbs, I think. He's a little sleeping baby. He makes a 20-inch doll. So he should be every bit as big as him, but look at that. Look at the difference in their heads. Okay. I can go with that. This is one of his legs. I love his limbs. I love them. I'd buy another kit of Trent just to get his limbs. In fact, I bought some Trent limbs one time when they were on sale. Look at that wrinkly little knee. Isn't that the cutest thing you ever saw? And he has chunky feet. They're chunky looking. Lovely, lovely baby, I think. And here's his other leg, equally as cute. It's slightly bent. His little feet are just chunky. I don't know. And here's his hands. He's got a closed fist with okay nails. I don't like them too much, but I don't remember having any trouble painting him. I've done 3 or 4 Trents. And here's the other one with an open hand, almost completely open. And his thumbnail is obscured. Thank goodness. I don't want to paint it. My friend Regina makes fun of me because I say, "Oh no, look at that! Look at those nails!" You know. I just don't enjoy painting partial nails because they're just hard. Anyway, that's Trent. He's hard to get in a bag because his limbs are fairly straight. And they don't give you big enough bags. And these are the cheapest bags ever. I'm telling you, they're super, super easy to split. That's why I buy those hefty bags. You saw the one that I had one of the dolls in. I don't remember, JC, I think. They're bigger and they have better zippers on them and they don't tear up. Okay, this one is Mary. Now, y'all saw me making a Mary, but I just wanted to showcase her. She's such a pretty doll. I love her sculpt, and I want a Mary sleeping. She's not in stock right now. But this is Mary. She's got chubby cheeks. She makes such a cute baby. I made her recently. I think I showed her when I was showing some finished dolls. She makes a super cute baby as well, just like some of the other ones. And she also would make a lovely ethnic baby. And here is one of her legs. Now, she's got some nice limbs. She's 20-inch, and she could compare almost exactly to this doll. See what I meant about the hip, though? See how far up her hip comes, and his just barely has a curve at all to it. That's the difference in the artist sculpt and the real born. But he's fine. I like him. And here's his arms. Her arms, they're also big. She's a bigger baby. She could go on a bigger body, too. I usually put her on a 20-inch body. You know, I look at the doll. Rather than look at the body they recommend, I just look at the doll. How big are the limbs? Yeah, they say 20 inches, but they got skinny little limbs. You can put them on a 19-inch body. I usually go with whatever body's on sale, because if you look at the bodies and read their descriptions. Cute hands. If you read their descriptions, you'll see that there's very little difference in a 19 and a 20-inch body. In fact, some of the bodies they advertise are exactly the same size as another size body, but they have a different body length for it. Here's her other foot. It's almost straight. She's very shiny. She's going to need some matte varnish put on her real bad. Like, for example, you look at the 19-inch body, it'll say, I'm just pulling this number out of the air. I don't remember how long it is. Let's say it was 9.5 inches. And you look at the 20-inch body, and it says 10 inches. So it's half an inch. Sometimes it's a quarter of an inch. So little it doesn't make any difference at all. But one of them's on sale and one of them isn't. So the body you pick, I usually pick by price. Unless the doll is big like him, Harper, I just don't think he can take a 19-inch body. I just don't think that's possible. He's too big. I'm going to put him on that 23-inch body. And here's a real surprising fact about the 23-inch body. If you look at the 23-inch body, now I don't remember, it's probably 11 inches. I don't remember for sure how long it is. And then you look at the 25-inch body, that's a crawler body. You don't want that body unless you're making a crawler doll. Because what it does is, it forces the head to go back. And I mean a lot. Now, if you like floppy babies and you don't want to make them floppy, that body would make them floppy automatically. What it does is it comes up higher in the front and lower in the back, and it pulls the head back like that. Because in a crawling position, their head wouldn't be like this, it would be like this, because they're down on their hands and knees. See, it's like they're on their hands and knees, and their head can't be straight with their body because they'd be looking at the floor. So it has to be back like that in order for them to be a crawler. Well, I mistakenly got that body thinking, well, it's the biggest body they sell. I'm going to get it for a big doll. Well, his head fell back. And then I happened to be reading in the descriptions, and the 23-inch body and the 25-inch crawler body, same length exactly, same size, except the 23-inch one is not going to make your doll's head look funny. And so anyway, read your descriptions, is what I'm saying. And decide for yourself what body. Because to me, a 20-inch doll this big needs a bigger body than a 20-inch doll that's real skinny and small looking. To me, that's my opinion. But we all have our own opinions. And like I said, the body is not meant to be 20 inches. It's meant to make the doll like, okay, this doll says, I'll be 19 inches if you put me on the body they recommend. I believe he said 19 inches, not 20. The torso dolls are usually 19 inches. But he might be 20. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But you have to use the body they recommend if you want to get it inside that torso. Otherwise, not going to work. So you're pretty stuck on that. But if you're not using the torso, he could go on pretty much any body you think he would look good on. I have this big 23-inch body. I'm saving this one for my Maggie that Regina's making for me. Because once again, she's getting different limbs and she's not going to have the torso. I'm going to make her into Maddox. And I want to show you the difference in this body size. Much bigger. This is about the size he would be on this body. I'm just going to stick his head in the hole here. I'm going to stick his arms and legs in these holes. I'm not even going to tighten the zip ties up. I just want you to see about how big he would be. He would be, now, of course, stuffed, he's going to look bigger. He's going to be, I can't even stick him in there properly because they don't have the proper angle. He's going to be much bigger than he would be if he's on one of these 19-inch bodies. Now, the 19-inch body is much smaller. This is the 19-inch body. Well, I know it has a way to open it. Yeah, right there. See, this body is considerably smaller, like at least an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Because this is 19, that's 23. So now between bodies like that, you are going to see a difference. You're going to see a difference that matters. And but now, if I was just showing you a 20-inch body, you're going to see a half-inch difference probably. Here's the 23-inch body. And here's the 19-inch body. So you see, a much bigger doll will result from this 23-inch body. Now, there is a 21-inch body, too. But I'm going to read it off the website to you because it's easier to understand that way. We're going to start with the 19-inch body. Now, they measure from the neck to the crotch. That would be down here where the seam is, down here in the middle. And it's stuffed when they measure it. So you can get a rough measurement just with a tape measure on an empty body, but it won't be exact. You might be 1/4 of an inch off or 1/8 of an inch or something because it's not stuffed. But here we go. We're going to do bodies. That's what I'm going to type in, and bodies are going to come up. We're not considering these 3/4 limb bodies. Here's the 19-inch body for full limbs. That's this body right here. and it measures 9 inches from neck to crotch. So 9 inches. Okay. Now they have another body that's called the 19-20-inch body, which means you can use this for a 19-inch doll or a 20-inch doll, either one. And you go, oh, real good, I'll just get that body. Well, sometimes it's not on sale. Sometimes it's hardly ever on sale. So let's look at it next. We're going to look at that one. Here it is right here. It looks exactly the same as the 19-inch body in the picture, and it is 9.5. So this one was 9 inches, and that one is 9.5. That's a ½ inch difference. That means if you get it for your 19-inch doll, it's a ½ inch bigger than the 19-inch body already. Or if you put it on the 20-inch doll, guess what? It's the same size as the 20-inch body. Because here we go, we're going to look at the 20-inch one next. If they don't have any in stock, it won't be listed, and I don't see it. So, but it's the same size. It's the same size. They're saying Maggie and Maddox are 20-inch dolls. Okay, that means they'd take the 20-inch body. Angel Girl, she has a torso. She's 19. Harper Boy is 19 inches. This is a 19-inch doll, if you can believe it. Anyway, they're not going to be having the 20-inch body listed because it's out of stock. Oh, here it is. I found it. They have it in the biracial. It doesn't matter what color it is. It's going to be the same body, and it also is 9.5. So the 19-20 and the 20, exactly the same size. Now, the 21. I think it's ½ inch above the 20-inch. If I can find it on this long, long list of doll bodies. The 21, here it is. This one is 10.5. So there's a jump there. 9.5 on the 20 and an inch longer on the 21. 10.5. That's a big jump in one body. Now the 23, let me find it. Okay, I know it's here. I saw it. I'm just missing it. I am scrolling kind of fast. Well, it's here. I know it is. I see the 25. We're going to stop on it first. Now, this 25 one is for a crawler doll. And it is $11 inches. So 10.5 on the 23, on the 21, and 11 on the 25. Now, where's that 23-inch one? I saw it earlier. Now they're into neck rings. You put in body and the next thing comes up, it's neck rings. Okay, I don't see how that's connected, but okay. Where's that 23-inch body? I'm missing it somewhere. I saw it. Oh, here it is right here. 23 inch. Now the 25 was 11 inches, and this is the 23-inch one. And it is also 11 inches. Go figure. 23 and 25 are the same size. But you see, there's not much difference in the bodies. The biggest jump is when you move from the 20-inch to the 21-inch. There's a whole inch difference there. So this is the 23-inch. It's only a ½ inch longer than the 21-inch. So I usually go with a body that's on sale. I don't put a body this big on a little tiny doll, but I think Harper is big for a 19-inch doll. He is huge. I just don't think they measured him right or something. I don't know. But if you get too big of a body, you risk them looking like they have a tiny little pinhead or something. Or if you get too small of a body, they also look like they have a huge bubble head or something. So I just kind of gauge it by how do they look with the body they recommended. Like Darren, I have him on the table. He's got glue on him. He's drying. But I'm going to look him up. I'm pretty sure he takes the 19-inch body. He's a small doll. And I have put him on that little tiny body before. But, is he out of stock? Here he is. Let's see if we can get his body size here. He's 17.5. So they have him on 3201. The 19, it's a 19-inch body. They have him on this 19-inch body right here. That's the same body that it calls for Harper. Now look how little his limbs are. This is his leg. Here's Harper's leg. Do you think they really need the same body? That is outrageously a huge, huge difference. He's drying because I put glue on his rims. And even though it's touchable dry, it's not put together dry yet. Here's his tiny, tiny head. He is so little. His hair's not styled at all, but this is his tiny, tiny head. Look at the difference in those heads. Outrageous, outrageous. And they're supposed to take the same body. See, I don't go by that. I don't just blindly get whatever body they say. I'm looking for a body on sale for first thing. And second thing, I want a body that looks more appropriate for their size. So, I don't know. But if you're going to put Harper's torso on, he's going to have to be on a 19-inch body because this body would be too big to fit inside that torso. But I'm not putting the torso on, so, okay. We're just going with it like it is. I'm probably not even going to paint the torso. I don't know for sure yet. I might, but I definitely won't be painting it on camera. It's too much trouble to do, especially since you really need to obscure the baby parts. I didn't know until I just found out that you can get flagged for that, for showing naked baby parts. It's a doll for one thing, and it's baby. I don't even see, I wondered why everybody whose videos I watched was covering up the privates on the doll, or else they put some little something over it, a little cartoony picture over the top of it or something where you couldn't see it, because I didn't know you could get flagged for that. Oh well, guess you live and learn, huh? But anyway, this has almost been an hour of looking at dolls and doll parts and bodies, and I like to give explanations to people because, well, a lot of people don't go back and ever look at any of your videos that you had in the past. They Google you, it comes up, and they go straight to that first video that came up, whatever it is. And they end up not seeing the video that explained the bodies, or they end up not seeing the video that showed the differences in two 20-inch dolls or something like that. They don't see that. So I like to go over things more than one time. Plus it makes it fresh in your mind. So I hope y'all have enjoyed my showcase of some doll kits. I don't know which one I'm going to do first. Probably Harper. He's laying on the table. And I don't know which ones will end up being recorded and which ones won't. I just can't record every one. It's just too slow. This waiting and waiting and waiting for downloads of videos is driving me nuts. And I can't record at the same time a video's downloading because it stops the download and it starts over again. And the one I put on, of course, it didn't take 47 hours. It was last night about, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock. I started, Charlie Gets His First Enhancements. It's about an hour long. I don't even think it's that long. And it took until just about 10 minutes before I started this video, which it was about 2 o'clock. It took it from but somewhere between 6 and 9 o'clock last night. Or you know what? It might have been earlier than that. I remember starting it recording, and I remember thinking I can't do anything because it's downloading. And so I went in the bedroom and started watching videos, and I watched quite a number of videos, and so it must have been earlier than 9 o'clock. It must have been around 6 o'clock. Anyway, I started it downloading or uploading onto YouTube, and that was yesterday, and it took until 2 o'clock today to finish. That is a lot of hours. It's almost 24. Now, it said 47 hours, but it was quicker. But that's just too much. I want to know from other people who post videos on YouTube, how long does it take for about an hour-long video for you to upload it? How long does it take? How many hours does it take? Because there's something not right. It didn't used to take this long, but now it is. Something's different. Anyway, I'm going to end this video because it's getting too long. I may never be able to get it uploaded. Anyway, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and happy reborning.